Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is one that I thought I told many, many years ago, but upon looking through my channel and doing some research, I realized that I didn't. And today is going to be the day that I tell that story, so I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's jump into today's story time. So today's story time all starts off as a regular day in freshman year. A lot of the stories recently have been taking place freshman year. Don't really know why. I guess just a lot of interesting shit happened that year, I guess. So this was about halfway through freshman year, and this was actually not during school. This was on the weekend, so it was a Saturday. It started off like any other Saturday. I woke up at like noon, just extremely happy that I got to sleep in, got up, started my day very slowly. And I was very excited on this day, so I was going to hang out with my boy Patrick. And Patrick was my only like real stoner buddy at the time. A lot of the other people that I knew in my group of friends were kind of either not really for smoking weed or they just didn't smoke that much with me. So Patrick was like my stoner guy, if you know what I mean. And I was excited to go hang out with him on this day because we had plans to match and just smoke a shit ton of weed and go roam around our town and get fast food and just chill, right? So fast forward a couple hours later, it was time to meet up with Patrick. I walked about a mile to his house because he lived very close to where my mom lived at the time. And we were there just hanging out at his house for a little bit, not really doing a whole lot, and then we went to a park by his house to smoke at because his parents were home. And smoking at the park, nothing out of the ordinary happened there. It was fine, had a nice, good little session, everything was great. And about halfway through our session, we started talking about our parents and what they thought about weed, and he brought this up first. He was like, yo, Austin, what do your parents think about, you smoking? I was like, bro, my parents do not like it. Like, they ground my ass so quickly, without fail, if there's weed involved in anything I'm doing. So yeah, they don't like it. What about yours? He's like, bro, same here. Like, my mom, she caught me one time in my entire life, and I got grounded for a fucking month. And I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy. And he's like, yeah, man, that's why I gotta smoke at this park. Like, if we even do it near my house, they'll find out. So we end up smoking for a little bit at this park, right? And then after that, we got some food at Taco Bell, and then we walked around for a little bit. And then it was time to go back to his house, because at this point, we weren't super high anymore. We didn't reek like weed. His parents wouldn't catch us this way. And we went back to his house for the night. Yeah, I was planning on sleeping there that night just because I did not feel like walking home at nighttime, even though it was a mile long, and I probably could have easily done it. I just didn't feel like it. I was feeling pretty lazy, and it was kind of cold out, so yeah, I just said fuck it and spent the night at Patrick's house. So after hanging out at Patrick's house and getting back from smoking weed, we were just chilling there, playing some COD, just doing what we would normally do, right? And it starts getting pretty late at this point. At this point, nighttime's rolling around. Patrick's getting tired. His parents are going to bed. And my dumbass had the bright idea to smoke again. I was like, yo, Patrick, after your parents go to bed, how about we smoke a bowl out the basement window? He's like, I don't know, man. I've never done that before. I'm like, we don't have to. It's just an idea. He's like, all right, let's just wait till they go to sleep, and then I'll let you know. And I'm like, okay. Fast forward a couple hours later, his parents are fast asleep. Me and Patrick get on top of the little freezer he had in the basement, stood up, and smoked out the basement window. We smoked completely fine. Nothing happened while we were smoking. Everything was good. Didn't get caught then. But afterwards, Patrick was so high that he fell asleep on the couch. And it was just me, stoned off my ass, sitting there playing Call of Duty by myself, right? And then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, after Patrick had fallen asleep and I'm playing COD, I hear footsteps stomping down the basement stairs. And keep in mind, it just reeks like weed in the whole basement, okay? Like, we had smoked in the basement pretty much with one window open, so there was definitely some lingering smell, and your boy was pretty high, so I was kind of shitting my pants at the time, right? I was pretty worried. And I turn around to see who's coming down the stairs, and it's none other than Patrick's mom. And she looks at both of us, me and him, while he's sleeping, with a very dirty look, very angry look. And she goes, is Patrick asleep? I'm like, yeah, he just knocked out about 5 minutes ago. She goes, come upstairs. And I was like, okay. So I follow her upstairs, shitting my pants, freaking out, because I knew what was about to happen. She was about to call my mom up, have my mom come pick me up in the middle of the night, and then ground Patrick after he wakes up. And she sits me down at the kitchen table with the dad. The dad's there too. So that's how I knew I was really fucked and that I was caught. And Patrick's mom looks at me and goes, I smelled some weed while we were in bed. I could smell it all the way downstairs. And when I went down there, it reeked. And I could see by your eyes that you're a little bit high. So why don't you just tell me the truth? You guys smoke weed? And I was like, yeah, we did. And she goes, where is it? And I'm like, it's in my backpack downstairs. She goes, does Patrick have any weed? I go, no, he doesn't. Now I was lying through my fucking teeth. Patrick had most of the weed. It was in his room, but the weed that we were smoking downstairs was mine because we would take turns smoking from each other's stashes. And she goes, are you lying to me? I go, no, he doesn't have any weed. I swear, like, I brought it. It was all me. Just completely took the blame, right? And she goes, all right, well, thank you for being honest. Go get it. So I go downstairs. I grab the weed. I come back upstairs. Patrick's still sleeping, by the way. Didn't wake up through any of this. I go up to the kitchen table. I sit down. I put the weed on the table. And she goes, all right, I'm not going to call your mom. I won't tell your mom about this. But I want that weed. And I go, okay, yeah, it's yours. She goes, all right, cool. And she takes it and puts it in her little, like, robe pocket thing. And this whole entire time, Patrick's dad is just staring at me, saying absolutely nothing. It was the creepiest thing ever. Just contributed nothing to this conversation whatsoever. But anyway, after she takes the weed, she gets up, right? And so does he. And I think they're going to leave, and I can just go back downstairs. But she goes into the kitchen drawer, like one of the random drawers in the kitchen, pulls out a $20 bill, and then hands it to me. And she goes, here, it's because I feel bad about taking your weed without paying you. And I go, did you just buy weed off me? And she goes, not directly, but if you want to call it that, sure. And I go, okay. Keep in mind, the amount of weed that she took from me was probably like a dime's worth, probably like $15 worth. She, like, first of all, overpaid me, and also, she fucking paid me for my weed to take it. That blew my mind. Like, she could have just taken it and just went about her merry way, and I would have just thought, okay, like, she confiscated it because I'm a young kid and she's not. But no, she, like, paid me for it, which was so crazy. So I went downstairs after this, after saying goodnight to them. I wake Patrick up, and I'm like, yo, you're never going to guess what happened. He's like, what? What happened? I'm like, bro, your mom came down here. He goes, oh, fuck, dude, did she grab the weed? I'm like, yeah, like, she knew. But I took all the blame. I told her it was all me. Told her that the weed wasn't yours. Told her it was all mine and that you didn't have any weed, like, stashed away or anything. And, but then she took it and, like, gave me money for it. And he goes, what? I go, dude, she took the weed, right? Confiscated it. But then grabbed a 20 out of one of the kitchen drawers and gave me a $20 bill and said, it's because she feels bad about taking my weed. So I sold your mom weed, dude. He goes, you're fucking with me. I go, no, bro, I swear. He goes, I'm going back to fucking sleep. And he went back to bed, right? And after that, I just went to sleep too. And the next morning, we talked about it again. And he was like, you're really not fucking with me on this? Like, you're telling the truth? I'm like, dude, I'm telling you the truth. He goes, bro, when I got caught, my mom fucking grounded me. She didn't call your mom or anything? I was like, no. And he was just in disbelief that his mom, like, cut me some slack, but not him. And honestly, it kind of made sense. I mean, she always kind of liked me, and also, I wasn't her son, so maybe she thought that, like, she couldn't discipline me the way she could discipline Patrick. But still, I'm really surprised she didn't call my mom or, like, tell her about what happened. But also, the biggest thing was, like, I can't believe she gave me money for taking my weed. That just blew my mind. Like, hey, sorry for taking your weed, Luna. Here's $20 to go buy some more. Yeah, needless to say, if you're a parent, probably shouldn't do that. But anyway, yeah, my mom didn't find out about this. Well, actually, she did a few years later. I told her the story myself because it was so funny. But, yeah, now here I am telling the same story on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Moral of the story is, don't do what young Luna and Patrick did in this story time. And yeah, leave a like if you guys enjoyed this story time. Feel free to leave your story time in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
I be fully loaded, I be whipping foreign cars. Always stay devoted, mama knew I'd be a star. Now I'm steady flowing, feeling like I'm high as Mars. I'ma keep on going, I'ma always raise the bar. Told me I could not do